Cush Excavations. Reminiscing back on my early years in Cush, I still have some cherished memories of the Cush Excavations, which took place during the years 1934 and 1935. The excavations took place during the summer months. Approximately 25 to 30 workers were employed each year. Most of the workers were from Kilfinnan, Martinstown, Elton, Climbrahan, and all around the localised area. The excavations were carried out by Professor Sean P. O'Riordan and his staff secretaries, Miss Hayes and Miss Barton. Miss Barton, I believe, was the daughter of Robert Barton. Another member of his staff was Jack Kiley, affectionately known as Jacko, who was the chief supervisor of all the workers. Jack Kiley had erected 2 Red Indian type camps close to the working site on the hillside. One of the camps was used as his residential quarters, where he slept and cooked his meals with a primus using methylated spirits and oil. The other camp was for the working utensils, such as spades, shovels, pickaxes, trowels, levels, and mapping equipment. The camps were of grey canvas material, and at a distance looked as white camps on the hillside. George Slattery and myself enjoyed the novelty of chatting with Jacko in his camp. He was very friendly and sociable, and was well liked by the workers. He resided comfortably in his camp. Every Sunday during the working season, numerous visitors and neighbours used to come to visit the area to explore the nature of the work that was in progress. The working area resembled the appearance of a large building site with excavated moats and drains, showing the area that was a residential site in ancient times. I saw a few of the soot drains, which seemed like circular drains lined with stones, and which seemingly were used for safety accommodation. Numerous querns, circular stones, were also to be seen. The urns and numerous other items that were found at the site were stored at the small dwelling house at the roadside entrance to the site, which was used by Professor O'Riordan and staff as the official office of works. The visitors and neighbours who came to the site on Sundays were most curious to know what had been found at the location. Tradition had maintained that a queen of the Tuatha tribe, had been buried on this historic site, and that treasures could have been buried with her, including the upturned 3-legged pot, which of course was only an item of traditional folklore and never verified. However, at that time, people found pleasure in visiting the localised site to satisfy their eager curiosity. A novelty feature with visitors to the area was the taking of photographs with the old type of box camera. People found pleasure in having a photograph of themselves taken at the excavational site. I had a photograph of myself taken with a wheelbarrow at the site by Danny Hannon here, who was an excellent photographer with a little box camera at the time. To conclude, many of the historic discoveries, such as urns, ornaments and articles, were taken to the museum in Dublin. Work at the site concluded after 2 seasonal years. Professor Sean O'Riordan did some excavations at Ballingarry Moat and later at Lochgold. So that concludes.
Not many people remember the Cush Excavations 1934-35. I know and remember all the people who worked there. Professor Sean P. O'Riordan was in charge. He stayed in the hotel and cycled each morning to Cush. He said good morning to us as we worked in our carpenter workshop when he passed by. Jack Hiley was the foreman. A student Caroline stayed at Ned Grimes's of Moorstown. I know all the other workers. There was Miss Barton, Miss Hales, Mr. Mungy, Mr. McCarthy. They all worked there. My brother, Mick Hannon, did shopping for the men. Jack Hiley, the foreman, lived for some time in a tent. When the tent started to leak, his bed would get wet. I made a canopy to hold up the cover to keep his bed dry. I suppose Jack stayed there as a night watchman. Many of the workmen sighted the work from the hotel. Many of them came to our house and sometimes danced in our kitchen. We made wooden pegs in our workshop to mark out the cuttings. They were 15 inches long, 1 inch square. We made timber boxes in our workshop to hold the findings. We also made signs to prevent people from walking through the cuttings, and also signs to stop people going up Galvin's field. They were directed to go up through Galvin's yard. That is now Farm's Farm. Large crowds come down every Sunday. They looked around themselves, but Jack Kiley always supervised. They obeyed the signs and did not cause any problem to anybody. One of the most important finds was an urn thousands of years old. I witnessed the taking up of that urn by Professor O'Riordan in Coolosra. He explained all that in his book. He would go near the urn. He took lots of photos with a camera and a tripod. He wrapped lots of bandages around the urn to protect it and put all the contents of the urn back into it. The urn was taken to Dublin to be preserved. Great excitement was caused the day Dave came to see Cush. Well, that's sorry about that, but that's wrong. They arrived by car and landed a few miles away. It was great excitement in Cush. We did not do any digging. When the money ran out, the excavation stopped. There are probably thousands of priceless shells still buried under the fields of Tinarian and the slopes of Cush, all just waiting to be properly excavated. When Cush will be fully excavated, it will rank amongst the greatest heritage centres of Ireland.